when it comes to finding ways to capitalize on AI in the workforce?
Absolutely. So first, Sarah, I have to say, in case you were not aware, we are living right now in what is being dubbed the fourth industrial revolution. So welcome. But artificial intelligence or AI technologies are profoundly shaping the nature of work, altering the skills workers need for success, changing the competitive landscape for employers, and forcing educational and workforce development systems to overhaul their offerings. And that's really to sustain our thriving Wisconsin economy. So the task force that Governor Evers put together is really aiming to establish a strategic direction for workforce and economic development. And our hope is to advance state programs, policies, educational opportunities, and investments to really harness the potential of AI so that all of Wisconsin can continue to thrive.
And the task force is made up of some subcommittees. Can you talk about those?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're hoping to reach that aligned and strategic direction for Wisconsin through the work of three different subcommittees. So the first one's the Industries, Occupations, and Skills Subcommittee, and they're going to focus really on the functional and tactical industry advancements that are going to impact the work of the businesses here in Wisconsin. And really, they want to determine what areas are going to see the greatest change and potential disruption, and then what skills does our workforce need to really be in sync with those changes. So the second subcommittee is the equity and economic opportunity. And really the focus of this group is to ensure that every single person in Wisconsin has an opportunity and a pathway for success and prosperity in this new industrial revolution. So we know that previous major changes in the way that the world works has left certain groups behind. We have marginalized communities throughout the nation, and whether that be due to socioeconomic disparities, disabilities, or some other barriers, we know there's a divide today with digital literacy and even access to technology and infrastructure, such as broadband. So that's left certain groups out. And Governor Tony Evers wants an economy that works for every single Wisconsinite. And we have an opportunity now to really advance policies that are going to promote equity for everyone. And then the last subcommittee is the Workforce Development and Educational Solutions Subcommittee, which I'm the chair of. And we're going to take the work of the first two subcommittees and really turn those into that public policy, educational, and workforce funding recommendations for the governor so that we can meet the overall objectives of the whole task force.
AI has already been at work within state government. The Department of Workforce Development utilized a program in 2020 to address its backlog of hundreds of thousands of unemployment claims. Since then, has this continued to impact efficiency within your department?
Yeah, absolutely, Sarah. So you referenced what was some of the most innovative work that any state did in terms of combating the pandemic and some of the unfortunate impacts, such as the backlog of unemployment insurance claims that every single state had. But what separated Wisconsin was our innovative solutions. And to your point, we did embrace artificial intelligence to create an artificially intelligent super adjudicator that taught itself all of the rules of the state of Wisconsin unemployment system to clear that backlog of 770,000 claims that had been sitting for 6 months. So since then, we have implemented other AI-based technology, and all of it has been to the great benefit of the people of the state of Wisconsin. So not only were we able to clear that backlog and have received national accolades, even global recognition for that project, but we've also implemented Maddie Moo, which is our artificially intelligent customer service person, or cow, I should say. She's actually a cow. We call her our sublime bovine. Maddie is very intelligent, and of course, we used a cow in homage to the state's great agricultural industries. But she can speak three languages, and she can answer questions for folks 24/7, 365. So we've definitely used AI to help customer service. And then the last thing I'll just say, we've also implemented AI to make processes more efficient at the Department of Workforce Development, including pulling data off documents and really gaining efficiency processes and timelines in terms of how we are able to administer benefits for the people in the state. And I'm proud to say, when I walked into this agency 3 years ago, right, we had that 10-month backlog of claims. Now the Department of Workforce Development pays 89% of our unemployment insurance claims within 3 days or less. And that other 11% is typically because we have to do an investigation because what the employer is saying and the employee is saying doesn't match up. But those are some of the benefits that AI can bring. And we haven't lost any jobs. Nobody's lost their job with these efficiencies.
Let's talk about that. Some people are concerned AI could replace the workforce. How is the task force's work going to ease some of those fears?
Yes, absolutely. So we hear that fear everywhere. That's a global fear. But one of the things I just want to point out to everyone is right now, the state of Wisconsin is on a record breaking economic boom. We have the all time highest job numbers in the history of the state. We've broken that record 3 times this year. We have also broken the record for the lowest unemployment rate in the history of the state ever, 3 times. We also have a labor force participation rate that is a full 3 percentage points higher than the national average. And all of these amazing records, this huge economic success that we are in, we still have employers that can't fill their vacancies. And we still have job seekers that are afraid about the future of their job security. And all of that is due to demographic trends that have been decades in the making. We have a worker quantity shortage right now, meaning we have more jobs than physical bodies to fill them. It's due to decade-long trends in the making. That's low birth rates for several generations. Our baby boomers are retiring. And we've had more people leave the state of Wisconsin over the last 10 years than migrate in the state of Wisconsin. So there is no better time now than to embrace and capitalize on the power of AI to help augment some of these occupations and industries that can't physically fill their jobs right now. And so AI is really going to make people's jobs easier, better, safer. And due to these demographic trends, which are only going to continue for decades in the future, there is a place for everybody to continue to advance with AI.
DWD Secretary Amy Pechacek, thanks so much for joining the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.